All right, friends. So I actually wasn't really sure what this map was when I hopped in here. This is Crossroads, and it is definitely different than what I was thinking. Wow, interesting. We've got some solid players here. So it is Low Elo Legends, because Low Elo Legends is 1,000 Elo and below. However, these guys are accomplished Low Elo Legends, right? You got to play at a really solid level to get here. This is the level where, and trust me, we'll see it, YouTube. I want you to look for it later on my chat at the bottom right. What's going to happen is, when I start to cast the 800s, people show up throughout the day when I'm casting it live, and there will always be one. There's like, what's considered low elo? Or, wait, 800 is low elo? Because all the 800 people get really subconscious. So, that's why I clarify it, so you understand. You're an accomplished low elo legend, but still, you know a lot more about the game. It's still far from perfect. So we've got Spanish for Onimus. Onimus? That's fine. And then in the red, we've got the Khmer for Nevogradsky. And again, having not covered this map before, ever, actually, you've got very interesting water setup on the side. So this would actually be a really good map to fish boom on. I don't know if the water is always spaced like this. There's a lot more water to the north than there is the west, but beyond that, you've got the 4 hills where the big wood lines are, and players will probably need to move there to place their lumber camps and whatnot. So a bit of an interesting map, right? Because like wood, obviously very easy to deny and pressure. So players need to focus on that. But then the water is also really helpful. So we'll see what players end up wanting to do here. Also, I find this particular generation interesting because like blue is in the corner. So if there was like an extra chunk of wood in here, blue could realistically like wall this whole thing up and be pretty safe. But I think you're going to need some trees. So considering you need trees, you probably need to, contest for some map control or have some army out there. But yeah, I've never played this one. Also, where are the freaking roads? Is this supposed to be a road? This is called Crossroads. That doesn't look like a road. That looks like a rock terrain to me. That I'm not seeing a road here at all, but I guess that's fine. Cross mountains, cross hill. Yeah, maybe. All right, here we go. Let's talk about execution here. Bringing in the first boar is red. Well played from red. Good work. Red's got like everything on food right now. Blue making some houses. Blue's still not lumber camp. I wonder if this is Blue's first time playing this map. Blue's like, where's my wood? Where are my trees? Blue did scout this, though. How many people here have played this map? Can you tell me if this spawn is normal? Where there's so much more water on one side than the other, and one player's in the corner, and one player's kind of in, like, the middle? Never seen this map before today. This is pretty normal. Okay. I mean, I like it. I think it adds some fun variety to the spawns. It's just not that common for random map scripts to be like this. Doc Dauntless says I played this and ran out of wood right away. Okay. So someone pressured your wood line, I assume. Blue refuses to go out to that wood. I mean, if there was ever a time to take all your straggler trees, this would maybe be the map. Did scout the shoreline. I'm not sure if at this rank players would really want to fish. But red has also scouted the shoreline. But again, like, the talking point has been trees. And wood income. And finally, red's going to make a move. I mean, red doesn't have as far to walk here to get to the wood. And red's going to chop those trees. All right. Still unsure on if blue's ever going to move out and chop the trees. Wonder if blue is going to take boar number 2. Blue, I think, is auto-scouting right now. Feels like we say that every day these days in Low Elo Legends, regardless of whether they're 400 or 800. Other aspects of the game, hard to focus on, of course. Boar comes in at perfect time. Nice job there from blue. And pretty solid thus far. I'd say the big difference between 800 elo and, say, 600 elo is just the execution on producing villagers consistently. Honestly. And maybe they're a bit faster to an attack, but even still, like, producing villagers consistently is the name of the game here. Red on the way to feudal age already. Now, the Khmer can skip some steps. They don't have to build their barracks before a stable or an archer range. So we could have a potentially fast scout rush. Red gonna make some houses around the wood line. I guess it's designed to, like, keep the villagers safe. And yeah, actually, you see that? Red moved these villagers. So Red placed the houses and then felt like, ooh, a couple of these villagers aren't going to be safe. And earn your safety, villagers. Yeah, that's interesting. You can also hop in the houses as Khmer too. So in theory, you could, like, you don't even need a gate. You could, like, hop into the house and then out on the other side, but that's a lot of work. I still don't like the fact that all villagers... Like, Red, you had it right the first time, because now your villagers are going to bump, but that's also just... That's also just part of the game. Alright, Red in the next stage. Red doesn't really have the resources to do too much with it. Blue probably going to be in the same boat, and Blue finally made the long journey out here to chop trees. So, that's been the big thing here. Blue also making a lumber camp to chop these trees. So that is 100 wood for, I don't know, maybe like 400 or 500. Still technically a profit. And then we're going to have a barracks from Blue. Now, that's a big deal because we haven't have an army or military building yet from Red. And never mind, we do actually have a stable. So, okay. And Blue knows exactly where Red is. And, whoo, okay. Blue also going to make a crap ton of houses over here. And also Blue's going to add a dock. I think the main thing for Blue is the lack of villagers actually on wood right now. Actually, that's not true. There are these villagers. I forgot about them. In before Blue walls this whole map and then chops down these trees, and there's a hole there. Everybody's building. This is a whole family of builders. Training the younglings. Blue hits feudal age at 12 minutes. Again, the map very different than other maps. Kind of hard to get used to. Somebody might have favorited this, but even still, it doesn't mean they're necessarily experienced. And Red is going to make scouts. Now, does Red know where the enemy is? Nope. Has Red been looking for the enemy? Nope. Is Red going to find the enemy anytime soon? Nope. This is Auto Scout, and Auto Scout starts on the right corner. These new scouts, they might finally be clicked over, but hey, Blue came to Red, and Red scouts and TC kind of defend from that. Not bad. Auto Scout still scouting a lot of the map. No harm in that. Blue should now know the enemy has scouts. You know about the stable. If you look back here, you know about the stable. This could technically just be the starting scout. But this would encourage me to make spearmen. This is kind of like Red showing this. But again, I could see Blue thinking that is just the starting scout. Now, we know, and like ideally you want to be able to look and see the scouting and make decisions based on that. But listen, I couldn't sleep last night. And I shall not name names, but I was watching a 1600 ELO player who's trying to get to 1700. It's a big goal of his. And believe me, not as many informed decisions even at 1600 ELO as you would maybe imagine. So at 800 ELO, also some struggles with that as well, apparently. Blue goes for supplies. Supplies is such a trap, man. Dude, I don't think the devs realized how big of a bait. I don't think the devs realized how big of a bait supplies was. But it is a bait, man. People see those apples and they're like, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Let's go. Does not make your spearman cheaper. It just makes your militia line cheaper. Some people guessed it. It was not Varian. No, I was watching Savvy. I couldn't sleep last night. Honestly, Red has played this really smooth. I like that Blue's going to add some fishing ships now, but like, look at this. Red's on the way up already. And it's not like Red has collected that many more resources. It's just how Red has used the resources and spent the resources. Red didn't actually go for the wood upgrade, the farm upgrade, or anything. So Blue's even invested into like wheelbarrow and things that'll make the long-term resource income be really good. Red's on stone. Red's only eco upgrade has been the stone mining tech, and I think Red wants to drop a castle. Kind of weird. I don't know if you can drop a castle on the area next to the trees here. Also, Blue getting Scout Rush now and has Spearmen inside of the barracks and is going to have to run away here and just haven't really done yourself a whole lot of favors here, Blue, by keeping the Spearmen inside the barracks. Nice job there from Red. Okay, so sometimes you can build a castle up here. I guess it depends on the generation. It'd be kind of fun to see... So you know where my brain goes? I want to see all the trees from this woodline chopped with ballista elephants. You don't kill the enemy with ballista elephants, but you take away their wood. You deny the wood. And then you wall in this woodline in a big circle. Yeah, we're going to see a castle there. Like, again, with how big and chunky the castle is, I'm going to guess that you can't fit it there. Which is really awkward. Because, like, the tower defense idea is actually really smart from Blue. Blue also has brought Spearman over to the gold. Didn't expect Red to do the little loop-de-loop. And the town bell has been rung. Why the town bell's so loud, I'll never know. But there must be a bunch of people ringing that bell. There goes the scouts from Red. Red Scout Rush is paid off and then some. With idle time for Blue. Fear that Blue is probably feeling. And Blue, just unring the bell. Please, unring the bell. That's 15. This has done more damage than losing that villager ever did. Unring it. Blue. Please. That Blue's maybe forgotten. Oh god, Blue's just staring at this. And this villager's like... Can the bell save me? And the answer is no. You are dead as well. And there's still these idols. And there's still these idols. And there's still these idols. And, oh my goodness, the eco is so idle for Blue. The only food income is the fishing ships. And now has the food for Castle Age. All right. Deep breaths, everybody. Everybody take a deep breath. Relax in these moments. It's been a rough day for Blue. Blue probably had a rough day at work, right? And probably watched maybe a video and was like, man, this game seems really cool. I need to play this more. And load it up. And, you know, Blue's probably left a few comments on some videos too. Like, man, that guy's such a noob. Why didn't he do that? Right? Because it's easy to, you know, judge other people. But then when you're actually in the game, it's just complete and utter panic. So, you know, Blue realizing now, yeah, the game's actually really difficult. It's made a lot of spears. And got the villagers back to work on the towers. Killed all the scouts now. And unfortunately needs to finish the buildings before the resources for Castle Age can be used. But the buildings will come up soon. Red at 34 villagers, Blue at 30, and Red has struggled to keep villagers producing out of the TC as consistently as possible. I'm so excited to see ballistas, though. Come on, Red. You know what we want. Chop through those trees and just sit in the woodline at the very least. That'd be so good. Invector, thank you for the 3 months. Panks, thanks for 23. Thank you, Hog. Thank you, Water Worker. Frozen hot pepper pizza. Dude, I want a hot pepper pizza. Ison, Putz Marie, thank you everybody for the support. Also, I don't know how many people this is going to apply to, but as Red is cutting through his own wood line... Oh, Red is making space for a castle! Red is making space for a castle! Red, your brain is so big! Red, when you turn a corner, do you, like, fall to the ground that direction because of the weight of your brain inside of your skull? Because I imagine you probably struggle to move around. This is crazy. Or is it a town center? It feels like a castle. Oh, wow. I would have never thought about this. That is great. And it's going to be a TC. Yo, that's so cool. Oh, Red, you got to bring him back. Red, bring him. Bring them back. Bring the ballista elephants back. Okay, all right. Deletes the house. There we go. There we go. Unfortunately, it was hard for Red to see, guys, right? Because the trees were there. Red's going to go build the TC. Okay, good stuff. In the meanwhile, Blue's on the way to Castle Age. Blue's got lots of res. I bet you res collected's close. Look at that. That's incredible. And we'll see what Blue wants to make, but, Red might be up against some, maybe some monks, maybe some missionaries. I don't know. I still think Red wants to cut through the trees and build a castle there. It makes sense. When I said it, I didn't think we'd actually see it. What can Blue see here? What I wanted to do, by the way, I'm going to get this out of the way because I know there's not people. There are people who've been Prime subbing when I'm not online, so I don't know if those people frequent my stream or if they're watching on YouTube. I know that you can support for free with Twitch Prime on Twitch. So thank you to those people. Red is cutting through the trees. Yo, let's go! Let's go! Where's Blue going right now? You see, Blue sees this. Oh, it'd be so funny if Blue just goes to this wood line and Red never knows. That's what Blue's doing. Blue's evacuating. This is... I understand some people are going to say Red is listening to the stream 100%. I'm going to give Red the benefit of the doubt. People are allowed to have good ideas without other people influencing them. And Red picked Khmer from the very start. Red had like the little house strategy with the wood. The TC, which we never talked about. I think Red's just a big brain gamer. And Blue's just going to chop trees over here, but Blue doesn't have the wood for a lumber camp. Oh no. This is also so much more satisfying with big trees. It would look pretty silly if we had the small trees on. Please buy wood with your market. Oh, Blue doesn't have a market. No! Has to bring the wood all the way home to drop it off at the lumber camp. Do it fast. Do it fast. Red is coming. Now, Red's probably like, where are the vills right now? Oh, there's a castle going up? This is hilarious, dude. This is hilarious. Yeah, just trying to deny the wood. Because wood is so hard to come by on this map. This is perfect. Is Blue going to go imp right now? The resources are there. You have a castle. For the love of God, get some wood here. Blue's like, I'm never making a fishing ship again. This is such a waste. Did Blue delete these fishing ships? I think Blue deleted fishing ships. Watch this not be 100. This isn't going to be 100 wood, is it? Oh, life is so unfair. I feel so bad for you, Blue. This is so unlucky. Oh, God. Now you got to walk over here. And, like, this makes Red's whole strat so much more genius. Oh, God. Because Red's just taking out the trees. So Red's taking out the trees from a guy who's already having wood problems. We got murder holes coming in here for Blue. We've got conquistadors on the way from Blue, though. Conquistadors are a great unit. I do think, though, the ballista elephants should be really good against them. Really tanky. They do pass through damage. People are laughing about wood problems. So I don't do sponsored videos. I've talked about it on YouTube, though. It's like, I think I might, if the offers are good, it's not something ridiculous, like a mobile game or like crypto or something. I might do it like once a month or something to fund some events and whatnot. But anyways, this would be perfect. Like if I had a certain type of sponsorship. And if you're having wood problems like Blue is, please try, you know, it would be so perfect. But I don't have that. So we're just gonna make the joke and move on past that. ED is no joke. I'm not saying it's a joke. I'm saying, okay, never mind. Red is so thorough with this. Twitch chat, can we please salute Red for being so thorough here? Now, Red also does not seem to notice Blue is going over there to chop trees. I don't know about diving underneath the opponent's castle fire to get the final trees, though, Red. That is amazing. And then the knights have found the villagers here. Red is a god. Red is a god. The strategy's paying off. The strategy's paying off, folks. Blue probably feels like you're up against a complete mastermind. But, you know, the pikes and conquistadors will kill the knights, and blue can head back over there and chop the trees. This is only something the ballista elephants can do. Otherwise, you would have to go for onager. And I would think what would make sense from red now, yeah, is actually Treb to try and Treb down that castle. Look at this island, or this mountain, or this... I don't know what this is now. This Acropolis, it's so bare and empty. Now, this comes back to how good are conquistadors. Because, you know, the conquistador number is really high. And it's an amazing unit that does a lot of damage. And red, you might have built this cute little TC, but it's being raided by gunpowder right now. And blue's kind of motivated to counterattack. And as long as blue isn't underneath the castle fire, I do think the conquistadors can kill the ballistas. Which then means... And blue's microing like a nerd, but it then means that the Trebs can't be protected. All the saluting and the respect we've given red here, all of it needs to come right back to blue for still playing against this. Some people would feel flexed on. Some people would feel like this is embarrassing. Obviously, they don't know that there's also thousands of people watching this right now, which I'm sure would add to the stress of the situation. But really well played from both. This is a great game. It's 55 population for both of them. Red, of course, is in Imp, but blue is on the way to Imp. And it's possible blue gets trapped here. Blue would never... Well, no, blue knows about that castle. Okay. Look at those conquistadors micro here. And I think if you're blue, you can continue to make these. I don't think you need to switch into anything right now. For red, you could probably say the same. But those Trebs will need to be protected. It is 30 villagers for blue. It is 42 for red, though. Blue obviously has these 3 fishing ships, which aren't really doing too much. So, something I would really like to see from blue, both of them would actually make sense, is some monks. Monks would make a whole lot of sense here. Heal up your units, but also get conversions. Anytime someone's making elephants, I would suggest going for elephants. Sorry, for monks. Cav archers now being mixed in. Not something I would necessarily recommend, but, you know, red wants a more diverse army. Blue still has wood here, guys. Also, blue is... I don't know where blue's going with these fishing ships, but blue's going to try and steal the opponent's fish from the shoreline. What a mastermind! You steal my wood, I will steal your fish. Or, I don't know, maybe they're going to meet up with the conquistadors on the other side and have a chat. Ooh, the cav archers are being sent to that wood line. Because remember, the last thing they saw there was pikes, so cav archers could, in theory, be good against that. Oh, man, but blue does the loop-de-loop and comes right over here and is massacring red. And red needs to defend from this. Yeah, red absolutely needs to defend from this, but red also is really motivated to take away blue's wood. Very wood-focused individual here. He would... He could. He should. The elephants are making their move. They're not going home to defend. They are going forward. Blue is like, where is that army? Blue made another castle here to defend. And you wait for it, folks. You know it's coming. Here it comes. Red is going to go for this woodline now. Chopping through the trees. Now listen from Blue's perspective. Listen. It's going to happen where Blue can hear it when it gets close. Blue doesn't have a clue. Blue's like, is my opponent AFK right now? Wait for it. Oh, there it is. Now, Blue's not listening to this, right? This is war. Who tries to, like, listen for sounds in the trees in war? No one. Blue's looking at this right now. And red is making their way through. Now, can I pause for a second? I want to show you this. Wood collected, blues collected way more. I don't know if people picked up on this, but I find that really funny. That for a player who's so focused on taking out other people's trees, red hasn't actually chopped that many of the trees back at home. But who cares? Red is saving it for later, I suppose. And also, like, you could just go kill the Vills. You kill all the Vills, then the Vills can't take wood. But it's about sending a message, I suppose. And now we'll see if blue reacts. Now blue, oh, blue to defend from the Trebs. Red sent the Trebs forward, but the Trebs were just a distraction, and blue realizes and the ballista elephants are here. And the villagers from blue run away. The conquistadors have to go defend now. Blue is a cannon galleon from the dock, and it can range both the castles. Oh my god! This game is a masterpiece. Wow, okay. You know, blue isn't going to be able to afford more cannon galleons without trees. Let's see how this fight goes. I mean, the ballista elephant still should be really strong. Dang, this could go either way. I mean, red has more villagers, right? Which is huge. But blue's genuinely having wood problems. So is red. Red, you got to send your villagers back to work, but I imagine you're focused. Red doesn't really even chase the conquistadors much. Probably forgot about these two. Red is just going to take out all the trees here. But man, that cannon galleon, Spanish cannon galleons are really strong. And blue has reached a point with 0 on wood. There's no trees over here. How much wood is here? Okay, that's actually 2,000 wood. Wait. Yeah, something like that. That's enough wood to still make some more ships, I guess. But red is denying the rest. What a sick strategy, man. This is one of the best low elo games I've ever covered. And I know it's easy to have some recency bias sometimes. When you're in the moment, I can always be like, the best game ever. And some people joke that I say that like once a month. But seriously, though, this is amazing. Also, elephants are very much stuck. I mean, red should win this game based on access to resources alone, but conquistadors are still really strong, and I think red is a little distracted with the whole tree idea. And blue is now gonna, fight back to get what's left of these trees. The conquistadors do have one more range, so you could, in theory, hit and run with them. Wow, what a fun game. Blue, I get you're trying to be sneaky McSneakerson over here. Actually, you know what it is? Blue probably just forgot. Wow, it's wild blue didn't have a market this whole time. Blue's going to add one now. But, like, this cannon galleon needs to be making moves here, right? Because right now, red is chopping all your trees, and red is not being punished for having the army on the trees, right? So I think you need to try and do something here, and that's what blue's going to do. Now, red could use the cav archers to kill the ship. It would take a lot of hits, but it is doable. Red's got a lot of cav archers now, but red doesn't have a single blacksmith upgrade, which really is needed to benefit cav archers. Also, look at this. Khmer don't drop off food from their farms at mills or TCs. Red knows it. Red is going to start farming around a castle that will be cannon galleons down, potentially. And red's just like, I still see trees here. We need to kill the trees. Ooh, I love this game. This is so good. Twitch chat, pick a winner right now. Pick one. Blue or red? Pick one. Feel like it should be red because of more villagers and more wood. Also believe blue could possibly do it. Cannon galleon here. Could help out. Bam! Conquistadors are healing right now. Oh, there go the cav archers. No fletching here, red. Oh, that's bad. Red does not see this, to my knowledge. Red does not have any clue. Maybe he does. But clearly noticed this and did something about it. Red is going to raid. Blue has preemptively rang the town bell. And the conquistadors and the cannon galleons go into town here. And look at blue's micro. Look at blue's cannon galleon. These are about to be elite conquistadors. And now maybe red finds out and is super distracted right now. Runs into the castle fire because of this. Maybe red knows. I think red is just more concerned about saving the elephants and blue's conquistadors and blue's castle on the hill. The lightly wooded hill doing lots of damage. And that cannon galleon still able to help. Contributed for a kill. Also loss of HP. Bye-bye ballistas. Red's like, he must be buying wood. We will take out his way to get wood. Red is trying to kill the market. And the elephants are going to go down. This is crazy. I mean, Blue's access to resources still is awful. People are asking to bet here with channel points. No, there was already channel points at the start of the game, to my knowledge. Blue's had great Conquistador micro here. So did Red notice this Cannon Galleon? Blue will probably move this one soon. What in the world? I mean, Blue, your next move, I know you want to heal up your conks, but your next move, you got to chop these trees. You need a TC over here fast. Okay, there's the Cannon Galleon. Red needs to deal with this. Make Blue at least micro it. But it's like, it's kind of sneaky, you know? Okay, there go villagers to chop those trees. This is a risky journey. Red is actually sending cav archers somewhere. Might be checking this first. Red is going to go deny some wood. Ironically, you know, Red buying wood at the moment as well. Guys, I just realized Red doesn't have any eco upgrades. And no blacksmith upgrades. Really important parts of being a good Age of Empires 2 player. So Red, strategically, like, is really interesting outlook on how to play the map, but missing some of those basics. And I think, like, you gotta have those basics down, and like you gotta have the awareness to realize this is happening. This Cannon Galleon's done so much. Herbal medicine from Blue to heal faster in those castles, which has been such an important part. Look at Red. Red just checked this. Red just looked. Didn't see anything. Red's probably like, whatever, he can have those trees, but that's enough for Blue for now. That's true. I mean, see, the thing is, Khmer, you don't need to have a blacksmith before a siege workshop. You don't need to have your buildings required to go to the next stage. So I think, like, playing Khmer, almost like some people say playing Huns can hurt you. I disagree, by the way. I think Huns can teach you to be aggressive and make lots of army, and that's good. But anyways, I'm a Hun guy. Like, some people say that playing certain civs could hurt you when trying to learn the game. Khmer allow you to skip so many steps here that Blue's probably very used to not, or Red's probably very used to not having a blacksmith. Having said that, there is one now. But, having, like, farming here hurts massively for you right now. And Blue's still chopping trees. Blue's making conks. Blue headed over here towards the trees. Blue, as this Cannon Galleon, has moved a little bit further. I'm going to assume that Red just kind of had an aha moment. I need blacksmith upgrades. Yeah, okay, but it's going to get scale mail armor, which applies to infantry, so maybe doesn't know what they do. And where are the cav archers going? Checking out the wood. Red's going to nope right out of here. Red never noticed that Cannon Galleon, but to be fair, Blue's not really moving it right now either. So yeah, cav archers aren't bad against conks, but the lack of range is a real problem. And elite conquistador is still really strong. Skirmisher's amazing against conquistadors. Red's like, my answer to the lack of range is just get closer. Like, skirms do so much bonus damage. Nothing on gold. There's no gold access for Red. What? Red actually ran out of gold, people. Now, there's still some gold over here, but that's crazy. All right, here come the skirms. Now, Blue's been a micro god. I think Blue knows enough to know skirms are bad news. I'm curious to see what Blue does now. How does Blue deal with this? Siege would be the addition you want. Okay, so maybe thinking my own skirmishers is what Blue's thinking. Oh, man, but Red is going to be here, and this strategy can still work. Look at the score. Look at the score. This is crazy. The villagers on trees are going to have to run, and they were told about this. I'm sure there were signs everywhere. They're like, do not take wood. Danger zone, danger zone, danger zone. But they were like, well, we kind of got to do it. We got no other choices here. Back to the stumps for you, Blue. Back to the stumps. There's like 300 wood left there. Okay, Red, a little distracted maybe, is sitting underneath a castle. And, well, Red, again, it's just like, you're such a mastermind strategically. Look at this, even building houses to protect his own trees? Is that what this is? What is this? I don't know, but as Red was doing that, all the ballista elephants died to the castle. Also, someone said Elite Cannon Galleon is in. Elite Cannon Galleon is in! What? Blue went for Elite. Blue's like, I might not have a lot of wood, so I will make sure my wood units are the strongest wood units ever. Like, okay, right now, if Blue moves out with anything, it will die to Skirm. Okay? Guys, Blue, you might look at Blue's food income and think it's good. Guys, look at how much food is left on the farm. What do you need to reseed farms? You need freaking wood! You need wood! There's no wood for Blue, man! Red's strategy is kind of paid off. This is sick. Now, like the mangonel, obviously. Like the mangonel can help against the skirms, but you lose that. That costs wood as well. That's the most expensive mango we've ever seen. This is the opposite of forest nothing. This is like nothing forest. I don't know what to say. The only thing Blue's gonna have is stone miners, and maybe needs to drop like a really forward castle with that. I don't know where you drop it though. Look at that army of skirmishers. Okay, so we've got the general. Okay, we've got the general, and then all the troops. I love this. I'm sure Red isn't thinking about it this way, but that's what it looks like for me. Red, you know, is using the market a lot. Blue using the market as well. Wait, hold on. What is that? Capture Age says, Blue sold 0 wood for 70 gold. Huh? That has to be a bug. How can you sell 0 of something and get profit? If he can keep doing that, he's good. That is a sign of help. Stonks, baby. We have the stonks emote. I'm gonna assume that's a bug with Capture Age, but the fact, I mean, he bought 100 wood. It still says that he bought 100 wood for 158 gold, but doesn't have any gold miners right now. Okay, the most important cannon galleon you've ever seen. Here to protect the... Oh my god, the Spanish cannon galleons are insane. Someone says, why is Red buying wood? Well, it ruins the prices, right? Buying wood is kind of smart because it ruins the prices for the enemy. Okay, big moment. Red's going to try and push both of these castles. Blue's conquistadors are sitting in this castle. Here's the mangonel. We've got no blacksmith upgrades whatsoever for these skirms. But there's enough of them. And guess what? They cost wood. And the Treb survives for now. Now, Blue's got a Treb over here. Oh, no, Red. Oh, geez. Red is like, it's worth it. Because that Treb costs wood. And I have wood. And even if I lose 50 units, killing a freaking Treb, it's worth it. And he does it! Gets the job done, people. Gets the job done. They would not have liked that whole process, though. Knights from Blue come out of nowhere. And Red resigns! No! No! Red! You have wood! You can take gold. You can figure it out, Red. No! Are you kidding me? You can still do this. You had him in the palm. You had it. You had it. You could have done it. Oh, jeez. Red is probably like, seriously though, Red's probably like, no, I didn't think about that. I don't have gold for Trebs. How is he getting wood? But Red, he can't get wood. Oh, man. And what a great job from Blue, taking good trades, using the cannon galleons from the side, which I'm sure is why Red feels helpless right now. Because Red is getting hit on both sides with ships that he cannot counter. And probably feels like I cannot push these defenses. But, oh, Nevo, you could have done this if this game continued on longer. You could always make more skirms. You could always avoid the shoreline in theory. Maybe, just maybe, find some of that gold out there. But, wow. What a game, people. What a game. Red, like, again, I can understand, based on the score, like, look at the score difference because of the KD and the lack of text and all that. Based on, like, losing so much army consistently, why Red would maybe get overwhelmed there. But, oh, from our perspective, Red, your strategy had paid off. It just hit that point where it was extremely awkward for Blue. What a game. Still one of the best games and more unique games I've seen in low elo. And, listen, if you know me, guys, I got to look at Red's profile. Is Red doing this every game? Is Red going to play more? There's no way this is just a one-off thing. I think Red's going to try and perspect this strategy, right? Has to. We'll look at that in a second. There's the KD. Well played from Blue. Blue's Conquistador micro was great. Blue's moving to get the trees when it was very dangerous was also really important in this game. Red did end up collecting more resources, did end up collecting more wood and more gold. But it was just the trades, like the trades that the Conquistadors and the Cannon Galleons ended up having for Blue is really good. Also, Blue getting the relics was nice. That would have been nice long term. But really, it's just techs. Like, Red is missing very important aspect of Age of Empires 2 play, which is unit upgrades and eco upgrades. Those are like the two most important things. 9 upgrades here. I don't even know what those upgrades were. None of the big eco techs came in. We got bloodlines. We had like infantry armor. Like, Red is clearly still learning and doesn't know a lot about those things. I think if Red gets some of those things, like, even had these skirms upgraded, the Knights wouldn't have even killed the Treb because the Knights were missing upgrades here. So it was close. What a fun game. My goodness. Wow. Blue is like, can you imagine being in Blue's position? Let's say Blue loses that game and you already feel like a little flexed on, and then this hits my YouTube channel. Can you imagine how that would have made Blue feel? Now Blue feels like a god. Still do think Red could have won this game if things continued, but well played, Blue, because you played very well. A lot of people would not have made it without trees like that. That was just so fun. What a game.